I'm Shauna Lee. This is Infinity Readings, and this is your energy report for the week of October 15th, 2025. So we'll get right into the cards here. We have a forecast, which is heavy fog. And if you're in the field, you will know what I mean because you've been feeling it for the past, it's building in the past week here. So we'll get right into the cards and see what comes out here. And that card is 5, the Hierophant. Okay, this deck brings up different stuff. And again, I'm not a traditional card reader. So the bottom line here is we have a scenario. I look at all the visuals. Someone here is trying to get some, herbs and stuff together to go back and either like something for holistic reasons is the sense that I'm getting. So this is past energy. So we may be thinking, if I'm going to a broader sense here of things, we may be thinking about how to heal thyself, not only spiritually, but in the physical as well. And we're trying to figure out what we need to move forward. I'm getting this highly, and they're showing me that list. They're going, yeah, we need this, 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 and that. In order for things to go smoothly, we need all these ingredients. So this is what they're channeling. Okay, so that's the past energy. What do we get as we move into the future here to see what's going on here? The next card usually deals with present energy is the Two of Wands. And here's about, trying to manifest something. Not trying. It's past that point. It's to the point where we got something coming in here that we're going to have to deal with because we've put a lot of work and effort. And if you want to say, right, if we go from this Hierophant to the Two of Wands, she's got all the list of her stuff. She's put it all together. If you're going along the magic lines, it'd be like we have all the ingredients we need for this potion, and we're going forward to manifest from it. No, that could be, yeah, when you're really dealing with a lot of those types of things. Yeah, what side of the tracks are you on is the question mark I'm getting in my head right now, but we'll continue forward in neutral because it's the ability to take action from that which we've put a lot of work and effort in. So this is on the grounded earth. So again, we're trying to get things together in order to make things happen, and things are starting to come through on the 3D plane. As we go into the future, what do we get? The Nine of Swords. Okay. Now, this would be where we're sitting here with the heavy fog, if I can make the weather report energetic. The Nine of Swords is really what I feel like is going on this past week. It's just a lot of noise. Spiritual noise is going on. Like, this is what I sense, is a lot of spiritual traffic, spiritual noise, a lot of coming and going. And, man, it's just going so fast you can't even... nothing's sitting with you, but nothing's not noticed. Okay. So like you're feeling, you could be like melancholy, what they would call. It's like feeling all emotions from A to Z and really not knowing what to land on because everything's just coming in your field, but nothing's really solidifying or sinking into view here. It's a very weird energy, which is really what I'm feeling. It's translating well because I was like, yeah, it's heavy fog because I can't see through this. It's a lot of energy for gloom, really. When you have a heavy fog, there's no sunlight breaking through that, right? It's so thick that you can't really see. And that's the thing. You may have a physical sunny day, but you feel conflicted in your soul, in your spirit, because of the heavy fog energetically. So it makes it hard to be happy and above things. They said, we're doing okay. We just got to stumble through it here. It's like, yeah, they're showing me earlier before I started getting into mode here. They're showing me like, the headlights driving in a thick fog, and then uh, suddenly there's a clearing and the sun's out and it's a clear, bright day, and you never knew. But there's always a barrier. There's a barrier we got to get through. Just keep driving and we'll get through it. This kind of thing is what they're telling me. So let's get into the above cards. So these are the three below. So this is on the earth. We have the Hierophant. That also speaks to, someone of good counsel. It could be going inward to find good counsel, to seek your soul. It could be going outward to others to, what's the word they want to put in there? To dot connect, if you will, right? Going outwards to others. I don't feel it's necessarily those that are too much in high esteem, which is usually the theme of the card, is like a priest or something like that, is an entrusted person. It could be that. But I feel more we're going outward towards others. How are you doing in your world? Like, what's going on with you? Da da da. This kind of feeling again is coming back. I think we had waves of that in the distant past here, where we're not just taking things at face value. We're actually checking with our neighbors and saying, do you find this? Da, da, da. Yeah, yeah. So it's very validating. And also checking in with our instinct. The Hierophant really has to do with a lot of that as well. But more so people outside of us. And then the Two of Wands, again, we're trying to make things happen. I feel like if we're going from the good side of the tracks here, I feel like we've put a lot of prayer and effort and concentration into sending energy, good vibes to the truth coming to set us free, da da da. And we're starting to see evidence of this on the earth plane. And yeah, like, right, this peacetime, right? And hostages being this kind of stuff. So there is some manifestation of that. Now in the future, unfortunately, we're going to see a lot of static, and we're going to hear a lot of static, and this, like, wanting to shut our eyes, put our head in the ground, this feeling's going to come up, is the sense. Now, as we move into the above, which I symbolize as the higher energy kind of overlooking all of this energy that's on the ground. So on the 5, the Hierophant, what do we get from above? Again, that Maiden of Fire, man. Now she's in the past, okay? So it's, it's signifying we're moving along the path here. Things aren't changing so drastically. We're tippy-toeing our way forward. This usually brings a spark of inspiration. Some people may have had a spark of inspiration to the point of making plans and doing things, and that would be like the Hierophant coming on this Maiden of Fire is showing that, yeah, I have the list, I've filled out the list, and now I am going to continue forward in whatever it is I want to do here. So that's our past energy moving into the future. And again, last week we had it as a future or middle, I can't remember, but it was there. And it's been there all along, is the sense, this inspiring to act, okay? Now, as we move into the present energy, on the Two of Wands, again, we're starting to see results on the physical plane for prayers, for energy being input in certain directions. And again, be positive in your prayers. Don't say, I want to stop war. Say, I want peace. Have that figured out already. And then the Two of Wands on top of there, what do we get from the above card? We get the Chariot. Conscious decisions, yeah. They're going, yes, we have to be very aware of what is going on. It just not only what we speak of, but what is going on in our mind. Again, we have to be more so in the mental plane. We have to understand that we are not contradicting the self from our mental to our speaking, because they're showing me the brain is sending off a certain signal and the voice is sending off another signal, if they're contradictory, nothing's going to go through. Like it kind of cancel. Some people could be on a plane where they're canceling things out. Me included in this some days. It's hard. It's hard to be positive all the time, right? Now, give me a minute here. I've got angel wings, right, with this chariot. Makes me think of the world card, but nonetheless, conscious decisions is what they want you to be aware of in this. This is the above, so this is angelic realm type stuff. We talk about chariot, we talk about things coming to us from those realms. And again, we go back to the Two of Wands. It's about prayer. Pray for help in this way. Yes, you will get it. And yes, it is coming through. And yes, we're going to start to see physical aspects here that line up with all that we have put in work and effort in a prayer kind of way. And they're using the word prayer. And again, non-denominational with that. But there's no other word other than thought processes, right? And then do we understand the focus of our thoughts, where that goes and how it affects, right? This kind of thing. So chariot. So that's good because that's speaking to, like, when is the chariot is a major, and it speaks to a lot of energy accumulating all at once. So this is good because they're giving me insight into the world itself is praying for change, and for that, keep it going. Like, there's people that pray in monasteries. That's the going rate. There's people in their homes that are doing, again, take more time to create inner peace from your will. Take that time. And I got to get my fingers slapped here because, even when you get busied up in your physical life, just make time for this. It is like we're hearing about the prayer effect. Well, this is the results here. We put more energy into that. Some people just disregard. That would be a mistake. So as we move forward, the Nine of Swords. So there's going to be some accumulation of some stuff here. And in the sense they're giving it to me as like noise, like somebody like her sitting there, it's noise. So it's in our outer realm. We can't control it. It's something going on. And this may be something that is an illusion, but what do we have from the higher ups here to see? We get the 10 of Fire. Speaking of fate. Because fate is usually something here that has to do with, just give me a minute here, process. A lot of this energy is truly spiritual, is the sense that I'm getting. Like you see her in the Nine of Swords and then 10 of Fire sitting side by side. One is a physical realm, the other one's the astral realm, like where astral, upper plane, whatever, sky, right? This is kind of symbolizing the stars in the sky, all that you can see, but is kind of not. How do I explain that? Because they're giving me a sense that this person is covering their ears because it's loud, right? And for different people, it's going to affect them different ways. For me, when I get, like, this past week has been heavy spiritually. It's been loud spiritually, if I could say it that way. And yes, you want to put your head down, but there's certain times that I kick into that. I can bump it out. Depends what's going on in my life, how I want to deal with this, or if I'm going to deal with it at all. And I remember thinking, well, whatever, eventually I'll get to that reading. And the closer it comes to the time I have to do it, right, then you sit down and you get in that field and you start dealing. And this is like the astral and the physical, And the physical is on the physical card. Like it's on the 3D earth, and they've got someone sitting there. There's a buzzard sitting right in front of them. And that's symbolizing, I can make noise too, but I'm sitting here looking at you, paying attention. Okay, give me a minute. Because there's angels trying to get in the window. And I feel like that's our instinct and there's things right in front of us that are trying to keep us away from our instinct. Now, if you're in this game, right, and for higher realms of people, and by that I mean people who are important uh, twists of fate at this moment. Now, this is the future card, so it's going to be in the future a little bit, but we're talking about weekly readings here. So, it's in the present moment per se. They may be locked out of their instinctive fields. Now, don't I don't know how that's going to happen, but it can be, again, distractions from that which is in your physical universe. Because there's spiritual stuff trying to talk to you, and we're being distracted from it. Now, give me a moment here. What's the overview? We got spiders coming in from the outside. We got bats that are already in. And the sense is that the window's closed to the good angels, angelic things that are trying to help you. So we don't feel like we have a lot going on at this time that's going good for us. So that's that heavy fog, right? That's the ability to feel like you got no help, to feel like you're isolated, to feel like things aren't going your way, to feel heavy. This is here. But there are forces that want to connect with you. And again, with the Chariot here, I'm looking at them angel wings. All you have to do is say the word. And all she has to do is really divert her attention towards that which is spiritual. But there may be shifts coming here in order to take us away from that deliberately. Okay, now as I get back onto that fate card, this speaks to all those things in the field of the unknown. It speaks to the stars, but this card here, the key word is the fate. As we go forward, we're fated to go in a certain direction here. And that is away from the noise and the clutter. It's to peace. They gave me the word peace. They spelt it out in big, bright white letters. Peace. This is our fate to go toward peace, but we feel in chaos at this time. And so much so it is hard. It's deafening, right? Yeah. Okay, let's continue forward. That's enough of that energy. Again, that was the future. As we get into, I brought back the Gaia cards here. We get back into that spark of inspiration. We have been inspired to take action, and some of us may be taking this action already on the physical plane. It may be in prayer. It may be inspired to do something on the front. And I feel like, the wheels are starting to turn. They're showing me like wagon wheels starting to turn and pull that cart forward. We're making conscious decisions. And again, be careful that we're not contradicting our mindset with what we say or what we say with our mindset. And we will go forward cleanly. On top of that spark of inspiration, the Gaia card that we have is 5. Yeah, 5 of fire. This is a great battle, right? 5 of Wands is the struggle that it takes to come above here. Physical fight. For some, this may literally be in this way, right? We have people that are in places that they have to physically fight for the truth to come out here. We have to battle with that which is of the darkness. And for some, it will be a physical fight. Okay. We won't expand on that too much. As we move to the Chariot, 7, conscious decisions, transformation that needs to happen. What do we get on top of there? No, that word I can't say. The 12 of Earth. Now, this speaks, they're showing me the dog highly here, which it usually does come about this card. Is that loyalty to work towards something for someone. And again, there's fated stuff here. And whenever we have fate and the universe involved, we got to be on our toes. Speak our truth, be our truth, and go forward in the truth that we see. But again, this person's blind. So there may be people still moving forward yet. It will not be forgotten that some people will be mixed up Don't know which way is up. They're showing me a compass that's just spinning north, south, east, west. You don't know what direction to go. So there's still people here that will be taking action, no less, from that which they prey upon. Again, don't lose your higher sense of power here, of guidance. And in that way, if you pray for guidance, you will gain it, especially when you're in the more pivotal roles in society today, where you need this help. It will come for you quickly. We do have the keys. We may not be seeing straight, but as we move forward in our courage, we will uncover what is needed to be uncovered here in order to go forward successfully. So the sense is that even though, it's what is our heart made of, we will be auto-corrected, if you will. As we move forward, we got to have the courage to move forward. And as we do so, we have all the keys within us. Yeah, like we will be very effective as we move forward in our integrity, period. That's all they want to state there. Now, as we move forward into the future, again, there's going to be some more noise, some more psychic noise having to do with the fate of humanity, really, is what they're giving me here, which is heavy. And they're also showing me as like zodiac signs in there. And they're going, this encompasses all. Good, bad, ugly, indifferent. It's all in there. Because they're showing me the salamanders kind of circling all the stars in the sky. So even though we can't see or pinpoint that which is spiritual, we feel it sharply in our heart, right? We can have the ability to do that. And a lot of us do. And again, how much attention are we going to put to that? That is our fate. Now, on top of that, what's the card we get? Ooh, the King of Water. Yeah. And the key is to use your heart. And I said that before, and even though I was talking about a different thing altogether, for people in more pivotal positions, again, there's going to be a lot of noise here. You know, it's like that kid. He wants to kind of create some chaos to get away from what he did wrong. It's like that. It's like there's going to be a big chaos makers, creating this, but we got to not lose sight of the heart and the emotional self as we go forward here. Yeah, they're saying about camouflage. There might be some people in camouflage here. That could be anything from literally army people or people that are, like I said, they don't kind of know right and wrong, but their intentions are good and they're going in the right way. Again, as they move forward, they will be corrected, meaning they will see more truths about the world that they're in that will set them on the right path if they are on that wrong path unknowingly. Right? And the King of Water, he has an emotional standing. They're going, that's the keys, is that we have an emotional self, that we do not shut down. We work from this center, and we can be quite masterful in this. We have higher guidance from above. And we are able to see through illusions. The King of Water is able to see through illusions. So that kind of takes that starriness away. Like in the map, what they're telling me is in this 10 of Fire, which is the Stars card. In this card, you look at everything outlined. They outlined all the stars and what they mean. But if you took those outlines away, it would be a mystery. Where is this? This King of Water, he knows where it all is. He doesn't need the outline. He doesn't need the dot connecting. He can feel from his soul, his heart, and his mind. He's got it all figured out. So that's the sense here, is that someone has been illuminated from above, right? Everybody's been evolved here, some to higher degrees, to be able to really cut through the storm of the Nine of Swords and the stress and anxiety that we may have been in, may be coming out of. In the future, it will come to a point here where it will be heavier than usual, okay? But because of our guidance, right? Our guidance system is on the outside. That's why we're feeling the anxiety. And as we move to the 10, the stars, our fate is to cut through that. And we may have needed to take, how do you say it? We may have taken some time or needed to take time to ground ourselves out, to create that inner peace in order to, and that's a huge thing, right? If you're in chaos or you're in panic mode or stressed out, you gotta somewhere find your inner peace. Otherwise, you just kind of lose your cool, right? You got no cool left. You can't make good decisions. And I feel like this King of Water, where we end up in the future, is seeing through the illusions, though we will be quite surrounded by that in the near future. We will not let it take us away. The King of Water here ends up being the sanity that comes from an insane world, is the ability to see through all the chaos and make sense of it and make peace of it. Not that we resonate with it, but that we see it for what it is. And because of us cutting through the BS, we're able to understand it. So therefore, we are not affected by it in that same way. So that's the energy for this week. Okay. The animal card that we get to kind of overview here is 44, the jackal, and that truth card is just heavy. Nice. The truth of life. We're going to figure it out. And not only that, those with their heart intact will really be able to get there quicker, faster, and more victorious than most. They will be given the keys. And again, some people's loyalties will have to be in question here. They're not only in question, but they will have to be diverted away from that because they will be honoring the wrong side. But again, unknowingly. So you just jump off that train, get on the other train, going the other way. Because again, our heart is in the right place, but now we're seeing in the physical realm here. Things are adding up on the physical realm. There's physical experience, and there's physical things, and there's evidence that's saying this isn't right, so we got to go, right? And as much as, again, they're going, don't let one red flag pass the play here. Like, not one. We got to jump because that's a gift, is to be given that red flag to see where the opponent is. Yeah, we go the other direction. This is the thing. At this point, everything matters. Yeah. The truth, and there will be more truths as we go forward to support that. Again, it's the courage to take those first steps, even when we're unsure, because there is a sense our instinct is unsure at this time. But as we go forward, no matter which way, no matter which lane you take, say I don't know where to go, left or right, go right, and then you will quickly see where you need to be corrected, and then it won't be far down that road. Then you go and you jump left or whatever it is that you decide to do from there. No, this is the right lane. I got to keep going down this lane. Or no, I'm on the wrong lane. Go. Because we have our discernment here. We have the ability to make conscious decisions, and we're going to have to do it on the fly, is the sense. There's physical things coming to be here. I'm getting this again. I got to stress it the third time. We are getting evidence for that which we suspicious of already. Go along those same lines. It's like I'm speaking to a reporter. It's like, yeah, we got a validation here. We got a phone number. Let's go. Oh, well, there, things are lining up. Keep going down that line is the sense they're giving me. Now, I'm going to try and express, 44, the truth is going to continue to emphasize that which is in the light, is what they said. Now, I'm going to try and attempt to explain the energy report. Fog, heavy fog. When someone is foggy of mind, right? this is what we're talking about, and we're also talking about this, the fact that it's hard to think straight. It's hard to gain your focus and move in one direction only. You're going to be pulled left, right, center, and sometimes it's just turbulence in the field energetically. Uh, Karma coming to the end of the rule, and the ribbon's just a flapping away before it goes down the drain or whatever, right? Um, yeah, it's like a chaos that kind of has its way, and then it's gone. But it's almost like everybody's looking like, why is things going this way? Like it shouldn't be going this way. But this is the end of it. That's why. It's like that balloon, where you hold it and it goes, and then at the end it's gone. It's the end of the rope for the chaos. And I mean, you know what I mean. And there's a fate here that's coming to call. And if you have your heart intact, you have all the keys to get forward. Your loyalties for some may be in the wrong place. But again, keep with your dignity as you move forward. And if we have an ego sense and not being able to make an error, we're going to have problems. So we got to be able to see our own faults in order to jump on the right train. Because some may be going down with the ship because they're, how would you say, loyal to the wrong. They're going to see it, but then they're going to stay loyal to the wrong. They gotta jump ship. They gotta jump ship. That's the thing I'm getting here. And go from your heart center and say, like, I was fooled along with y'all, and I refuse to. It comes down to the integrity, and then we're talking a few readings ago about your cleanliness of soul, and by that I mean the ability to stand up for what's right rather than what gives you money or gives you a break forward or whatever. You have to stand up for what's right. And as long as you do that, and as you do that knowingly, you will be protected. If you go knowingly in the wrong way, you lose protection factors. But again, there's a lot of people that are engaged in prayer, and that helps. That supports all of that energy, and it actually invests in a field that gives these other people on the fringe quicker, faster access to the right ways of doing things. Believe it or not, it's like a hive mind that clicks in. It's like, yeah, we'll get it quicker. The less energy put into that, the longer it takes to figure it all out, to get through this heavy fog, right? And they did show me that car going through, so I don't know if that's next week or what. But here it's heavy fog. Last week was partly cloudy. There was sunshine. Now it's thicker darkness that's looming in the background. So we have a heavier fight to stay positive, because it seems gloomy. That's on purpose. They're trying to make 25% look like 75% darkness, when in actuality it is 25%, but we just got to get out of that fog. We got to get past that fog line, and there's always a line. There's always a line. And we just got to keep driving, keep going through that darkness, and not letting it pull us in any way whatsoever. And that could be just us trying to keep our own head in the game, trying to keep balance. Some days I give up. I just say, you know what? I need a nap. I need a rest or whatever. And then you need a break from the intensity of trying to keep yourself positive, because some days you just can't do it. So you take that break, the rest, whatever it is. Some people, they literally, go to a coffee shop, go for a trip, go clear their head. You hear that saying, that kind of thing. Do things that clear that. Take a nap. It can reboot you. Whatever you need to do, invest in that. Sometimes, with me is music. Literally, I'll sit there and I'll be sad, and if I can't get out of that sad, then I'll listen to music that makes me sad. And then I'll get to a point, because you can't stay in it forever. And then you get to a point where you come across other music, and maybe you just listen to one song and it can lift you out of the darkness. And it sounds simple, and it is. And it can be. So don't invest in the darkness, because it will pull heavy at this time. It will pull you under. Like an undertow, it'll just drag you right down. And again, be braced for more truth here. Again, the show me December. I don't know. More truth. We've got a lot of truth we have to deal with here, and they are warning me. They're going, we don't want to see it, but this is the truth. And we can't treat it like it's not true. We have to treat it like it is true. And there's a lot of people here wanting to go in la la land and not treat it like it's truth. And we have to. And that's the problem. And for every truth that you digest, there's 3 to 5 coming on the train to make their appearance. So here we go on the truth train. 44. When I speak to a 4, that means no. When I speak to 2 4s, that means slight resistance. And I feel like the slight resistance is the ability to accept what is being given here in truth. So you got to be aware of that as well. Okay, so I'm going to leave it there. That is your weekly energetic report for October 15th, 2025. Take care, guys. Have fun and be kind, and I will talk to you next week.